Hello and good morning. Today I'm going to be making a basic female armor pattern, and this pattern right here is not something I designed. This is actually from Evil Ted, and you can find him on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Evil Ted, he's a great individual, and he has this really simple. There's only 4 pieces to this pattern, 2 for the back and 2 for the chest, and I'm going to go ahead and trace it onto this very simple piece of garage floor mat. 12 feet of it for $9.99 at Harbor Freight. So I'm going to be using this. So I'm going to go ahead and trace these pieces on. You do have to do 2 sets, so one's for the right and one's for the left. So just flip the pattern over to do the other side, and we'll get this cut out, glued together, and I'll show you what it looks like. So just like before, we're going to trace these patterns out, and just like I've shown before, we'll go ahead and get this lined up on the foam. I try to not waste any foam if I can do it. Try to get as many parts traced out on it as I go. I'm going to put these weights on here real quick. This helps hold it down. This foam happens to be a gray color, which makes it really nice because the ballpoint pen ink shows up really nicely on it. So just going to trace it like this. You don't have to press down very hard to get the ballpoint pen to roll on this foam. Round we go, like that. That's really all there is to it. So we're going to trace all these parts out, both sides, both the front and the back side of the pattern. Make sure you flip it over, and we'll start cutting this out, and I'll show you how it goes together. Alright, I've got everything traced out onto this piece of foam. So there's 4 pieces for the right side, 4 pieces for the left side. So 8 pieces total. Fits on this foam, about half of it. So we'll go ahead and get this cut out, and then I'll show you how to glues together. Okay, we're going to go ahead and heat seal our parts, and this part here is actually going to be part of the breast section for the armor. So we want to heat seal it, and then we want to form it a little bit so that when we glue it, it has a little better shape to it. So here's my heat gun. It's going to be a little loud, so I apologize. Here we go. Okay, that sealed all of the little pores, or at least the majority of them. Now we're just going to roll this a little bit and give it a little bit of shape while it's hot, hold it in place. And then when I go to glue it, it'll have a little better form than if I just tried to glue it on its own. All of that, of course, is covered in Evil Ted's video. So if you go to his channel, he has a really great video on making this armor, much better than mine. But in any case, that's essentially what we're going to do. Now we're going to put glue in here, and that'll help cinch this up like that, and then it'll be part of the breast armor plate for this set. Okay, we've got all the parts cut out. This happens to be the two halves of the back. So let's go ahead and get that glued together. First got to apply the glue, and then we'll put it together, and then we'll get the front side all glued together. All right, applied the glue. It's had time to dry, about 10 minutes. Actually no, more like 5 probably, but until we can get this glued together. If you notice, there's lines on this, and Evil Ted's patterns are great because they put the line, he puts the hash marks on the patterns, and all you have to do is line them up. So let's go ahead and do that. Glue it like that. Line up those lines. Use the table the best we can to get everything nice and close as we can. And there we go. Pretty tight glue joint there. As you can tell, we'll invert it. There we go. And that's one half. Let's get the other ones glued together and see what it looks like when it's done. So as you can see, it's all glued together. This is the back part. So this is where your neck goes. That's the bottom. All glued together. So now let's get the front side glued together, and then we can put them together. Okay, like we said before, we have one side and the other side that make the breast portion of this armor. So first we need to glue this cleat, and just like before, Evil Ted's patterns are wonderful because they have these little hash marks that you can line up. They're pretty simple pattern. This particular one is. So we just glue it together like that. There it is. So there's one side. We'll get the other one glued together here. Always start at the far end and work your way up. It's nice and closed. And then there's the other side. And this part here goes to the bottom of this piece, so we'll get that glued up here. Okay, and like that, we have a right and a left. So now we just need to glue it down the center here on these two joints, and then the front will be done, and then we can attach it to the back side. Okay, let's glue these last two halves together. We'll line up that part right there. Hopefully get this to line up okay, maybe. Almost there. Line all that up. Push the seams together. There we go. All glued together. That's the front part of the armor. And this is the back portion. And they're going to go together right here, those parts. So we'll put some glue on those, and we'll put it all together and see how it fits on the individual who's going to be wearing this. Okay, so all of that's glued, and here's the back portion again, and the front portion. It just goes over your head like this. There we are, over my glasses, and so it would fit like that, and then there's the back section, and of course they'll be joined together here. So let me go fit this on the person that's going to be wearing this, and we'll see if it fits the way she needs it to fit. If not, we can add or subtract some here on the side. Okay, so now it's time to test our female armor on the recipient of this cosplay outfit. So let's slide that on and see how this fits. We'll get one on this side and one on this side, and then let me turn you around a little bit, and we'll get one on this side, maybe. There we are. Right then, over here. Is that fitting better now? Is that little snuggler? Is that right? Is that a good word? What do you think? Is that good? Maybe we do something down here. Put a little something around your. Does it need a belt here? Do you think, or do you think you're okay? Okay. All right. Looks like it fits great. So go ahead and turn to the side a little bit for me. We can show the back. There's the back right there. And I think this is going to work out. So I'll get the rest of the patterns put on this and get this ready to go.